the city is a fever that I finally managed to break, leaving behind the ghosts of the hollowed out and the industrial lake. I'm breathing in the silence of the canyons and the ancient built stone, finding a version of the mercy that a man can only find when he's alone. The world is a tangle of the wires and the voices that scream for your time, but out here the only thing that matters is the rhythm and the mountainside climb. My heart is a steady build engine, a heart of the copper and the flame, drowning out the pulse of the doubt and the shadows of a long forgotten name. I've seen the empires of the ego flicker and then finally fade into the grave. Well, I was chasing the remains of the indigo and the violet-colored day. The dashboard is a flickering altar, a shrine to the clarity and the peace, watching the heavy-duty weight of the universe finally imperfectly cease. There's a logic in the motion of mercy in the way the white lines start to flow, in the places where the lonely and the silver-lined and the permanent rivers grow. I'm a silent saint of the blacktop, a pilot of the structural and the gasoline grace. In this time forgotten and this beautiful and this wide open and a lonely place. The stars are my only companions, and they don't ever ask for a reason why. As I lean into the darkness beneath the lid of a mountaintop and a violet sky, I see the reflections of the ancestors in the chrome of the flickering and the silver light. A beautiful built version of a structural and a spiritual and a mechanical built site. I'll ride until the light breaks and the indigo turns into the charcoal and the gold underneath the judgment of the permanent and the gasoline-colored sun that is brave and bold. The gears are shifting perfectly, the machine and the man are finally in perfectly as one, fulfilling the simple demands of a structural and a permanent build and a high-octane game. They seek their salvation in the buildings and the hollow build and the ancient stone, but I found my version of the glory while I was riding through the desert all alone. It's a meditation motion, a prayer that is whispered in the fire and the gear, leaving every bit of the world in the long distance and the silver-lined rear. I'm building a temple of the distance and the gravel and the heavy-duty stone, in a world where the only way to find yourself is to be perfectly and truly alone. The blueprints are written in the tire tracks and the shadows of the long-haul halls, answering the rhythm of the road and the way the canyon side and the mountain call. The engine is the heartbeat of the architecture, rhythmic and a mechanical build beat. Time to the craters and the cracks of this desolate and this wide open and a lonely street. My hands are joined in a prayer to the throttle and the spirit of the long distance ride, with a sense of the wonder and the clarity living deep on the dark red and the indigo inside. I've seen the architects of the city and the architects of the hollowed out and the industrial fame, fall into the ruins of the memories and the long forgotten and the stationary built name. But I'm still moving, I'm still breathing in the heat and the high octane and the permanent flame, answering the syllables of a long forgotten and a structural and mechanical built game. Exhaust is the incense and the windshield is the stained glass of the structural light, cutting a hole through the belly of the never-ending and the indigo colored and the Saturday night. It's a sanctuary of the motion, a temple of the rubber and the gear and a silver line spark, providing the salvation that a drifter's gonna desperately need in the belly of the dark. Bend, bottom line, everything I need is in the silver line and the permanent build sign. Bend, bottom line, the architect of stillness in a high speed and a spiritual build design. The stars are fading away as the morning sun begins to slowly and perfectly glow, in the places where the lonely and the silver-lined and the permanent rivers grow. I see the reflections of the free men in the chrome of the flickering and the structural light. Standing like a vision in the middle of the indigo colored and the Saturday night high. But I'm not done with the fire, I'm not done with the friction and the structural and the gasoline speed, providing the dark heart of salvation that a wandering spirit will desperately need. I'll ride until the service is over and the machine and the man are finally in perfectly as one. Underneath the heat of the permanent and the gasoline colored and the indigo sun. Some people look for heaven in the clouds and the stars and the ancient built stone, but I found my version of the glory while I was riding through the desert all alone. It's a meditation, a motion, a prayer that is whispered in the fire and the gear. Leaving every bit of the world in the long distance and the silver line rear. Bend, bottom line, everything I need is in the silver line and the permanent build sign. Bend, radio is dead and the signals are buried in the mountainside heights. And I'm finally living in the middle of the indigo and the silver line lights. The static of the world is a ghost that I've left in the rear view's jagged glare, while I'm breathing in the holy and the sulfur scented and the mountaintop air. My mind is a mirror of the horizon, stretching out to the end of the day, watching the illusions of the city finally and perfectly and slowly fade away. I'm a navigator of the stillness, a scholar of the grease and the grit and the grime, borrowing a little bit of the mercy from the banking of a borrowed and a weary time. I've seen the people trapped inside of their stationary build and their hollowed out dreams, wasting their lives away in the middle of the city built and the industrial build scheme. But I'm out here on the perimeter, I'm out here where the air is thin and wide, with a sense of the wonder and the peace living deep on the dark red and the indigo inside. The steering wheel is a compass pointing to the heart of the great unknown, finding my own version of the kingdom while I'm driving all alone. It's a high-speed version of a baptism, a washing of the weary and the stationary soul, in the only place where a simple-hearted man can feel perfectly and finally in the control. Deep drift, diamond breath, winning the battle with the industrial and the spiritual build dead. Deep drift, diamond breath, a static-free soul on the silver line and the permanent build path. The white lines are the stitches sewing up the fabric of the dark red night, while I'm chasing the remains of a singular and a spiritual and a silver line spark. I see the reflections of the drifters in the chrome of the flickering and the structural light, standing like a vision in the middle of the never-ending and the Saturday night hide. But I'm not done with the motion, I'm not done with the friction and the structural speed, providing the dark-hearted salvation that a wandering spirit will desperately need. Alright, until the light breaks and the indigo turns into the charcoal and the gold, telling a story that the history books and the preachers never have properly told. You don't need a steeple, you don't need a priest to find the final right and the spiritual way. You just need the road and the engine and the glory of the indigo color Saturday day. It's a bond that is eternal, it's a bond that is written in the grease and the soul, in the only place where a simple man can feel perfectly and finally whole.